Welcome to the Pushing Through podcast. I am Tate Frazier, joined by BJ Armstrong, and this is the inaugural, the first of all time, the first of its own, a pop-up podcast with the JaVale McGee. JaVale McGee, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing real good.
You were very excited when we brought up the idea of a pop-up podcast.
That is genius to me. Just popping up on people with a podcast.
We don't know if we'll take it that far, but we're happy to be here. We're in your space. We just had the New York Times here doing a nice little interview with you, and we're talking about not just JaVale McGee, the basketball player, but JaVale McGee, the person. And BJ informed me of this a little bit earlier, that JaVale McGee has an alternate reality or a different identity, whatever you want to call it, an alias of sorts.
Yes, he does.
And that alias is Pierre. So we want to talk to Pierre today also at some point.
Oh, for sure.
Let's start off with Pierre first.
It's edited. Do you have the bleep noise?
No, we got
Pierre?
no. You can say what Pierre can say. Whatever Pierre needs to say.
Cool,
This is grown folk music, as they like to say.
For sure.
Yeah, whatever you need. Whatever you need. So what's it like being in that world as well? Because we got the basketball world, we understand that. Being in the music world, what's that been like for you?
I mean, it's been good. Obviously, I can't do everything that the music people do because I play basketball, and that's what pays my bills.
That plays a role.
But I mean, everything comes in like just little increments. I can be in the studio. I can't be in there till 6 in the morning because I got practice in the morning and stuff like that. But I make it work. I try to allot my time and make sure that I get what needs to be done.
And that's obviously, the Lakers, and we just want to point out, if the Lakers are listening, you're working hard. You're working hard. He's in the gym right now. We're podcasting close to the gym.
Videos. This man is, every time I see him, he's working out.
Yeah.
Post game, after game, pre game, and that's he's always had that work ethic though. He's always.
And where did that come from? Where did that mentality come from to always work hard? I mean, because like you said, you got basketball to worry about. So a lot of people, when they get done with basketball, they're like, I just want to chill on the couch and watch some Netflix.
Yeah,
not make music for Justin Bieber.
I don't know, man. I get really like, you know how people say they get anxiety and stuff like that. I get anxiety from doing nothing. I get so much anxiety from doing nothing. I think it's like my ADHD, but like I have to be doing something. So if I'm not reading a book, if I'm not making a beat, I like to play video games. I have to do something. I can't just chill and I get a Netflix and chill day every once in a while. Yeah. But I just don't know. It's just my anxiety. And it's some good anxiety, I guess.
Yeah, well, usually with anxiety, they tell you, right? You're supposed to exercise or do something. Like go outside, be active, move your body around. So if you're activating your brain, making music, doing whatever, you're doing the right things.
JaVale, today is a very special day. We want to make sure we thank you here at the Pushing Through podcast. Congratulations on working with Justin Bieber. You have a lot of interests, right? This is a huge accomplishment. I know you're humble about it. You're not saying
you don't want to tell anybody.
You don't want to tell anything about it. You produced a song from one of the biggest artists in the world.
Co-produced and co-wrote.
Co-produced and co-wrote. Let's make sure we get everything.
Let's
get the facts right. Tell us, JaVale, how this came about. Tell us about the song. I didn't even know you knew Justin Bieber, but how does this happen? How does a kid from Flint, Michigan,
that's right, shout out Flint,
an NBA basketball player, co-produce, co-write a song for Justin Bieber?
So personally, I've been producing and writing songs for years. I can't say I've been successful at it, but I've been doing it. And it's sort of like a testament of time, or where like you keep working at something, you eventually get better and better. And I feel like I got better at building relationships rather than better at producing. I got to a certain plateau of being a good producer, but I'm like, how do I get these beats to people? How do I get it to the people? And then I figured out it's building relationships. So I have a great relationship with it's my friend Pierre, who's like Justin Bieber's. He's been his songwriter for years. So the way that this track came about is I called me and Pierre. We were in the studio and I was just going through some sounds, and he was like, "Listen, I'm gonna write to something." So I'm going through some sounds, and he's like, "Pick that one," and it was the beginning of Available. It goes dun dun dun. That's all I had. I had that. He was like, loop that. So we looped it, put it on the computer.
What does that mean, loop that? To all of our viewers, what does that mean?
So the sound was just, dun, dun, and it was like 4 bars. So to loop it, you got to make it to 16 bars, however long the song is. So he looped it as long as he could, and then we just started writing to it. So he's sitting in front of the mic. He's thinking about you and I'm gonna about us. So he keeps playing the beat. And the summer's in, I keep that. Telling the engineer keep that line. Then I'm like, ooh, say this line. I think it's a line that's I'm not making this up to get you in my bed. And that's the line. That's like I told him to say that one. And I was
Where'd
like,
you learn that line in real life?
it wasn't a line. It was just like we're singing the song, so I'm like double entendres, make up a bed, make this up, and then the bed, you make up a bed. I'm like, ooh, but people gonna listen to the song, and people gonna listen to the song, and they're gonna be like, oh wow, I didn't even get that, I didn't even understand that. But I'm like, yeah, like we threw some shit in there, but
we get some allegories, some motifs.
We ended up writing the song. He changed some lyrics later of some stuff, but he made the whole song. And then I say probably like 2 weeks later, he sent me the full song, but not with the drums on it yet. It just had the full lyrics and everything. I was like, oh yeah, that's fire. I love it. Blah blah blah. And then I would say 3 months later, I want to say. And then the thing about it is, when we were doing this, he wasn't like, we're going to make this for Bieber and for his album. We were just making music. Like, it wasn't like, I had no idea where this was going.
Just a session.
It's just a session. It's just a music session. So you really don't know. And that's how producing works. You really never know unless you're like in the studio with the artist and you're like, okay, we're making this for this person.
Just Blaze with Jay-Z or something.
Exactly.
Like that. Yeah.
So, but we had no idea. Well, I had no idea. Maybe he knew in the back of his head, but I had no idea. And so he called me 3 months later. He's calling me. He's like, hey, I heard your house got broken into. I'm like, yeah, man, unfortunately. He's like, mine did too. I'm like, what? For real? Where were you? He was like, I was out of town. I was like, I was out of town too. That's crazy. So we're talking about that. And we're like, dang, that's messed up. Blah, blah, ooh, whatever. And then at the end of the conversation, he's like, well, man, have a good day. Oh, yeah, you made the album. I was like,
talk about bad news first.
I was like, what? He was like, you made the album. I'm like, what? The Justin Bieber album? He's like, yeah. I'm like, that's crazy. I'm like, I appreciate it, bro. That's crazy. All love, appreciate you. Blah.
But what
blah.
was you thinking? Like,
it was weird, bro.
Yeah.
When I heard the news, we were talking about my house getting robbed.
Yeah,
so
did you
like,
think it was Justin Bieber that robbed your house? You're like, what is it? It was a Bieber.
Bieber robbed me. But it was just like, I was just like, what? Like, this is random, but this is amazing. Like, I'm gonna be on the Justin Bieber album. So right when I hung up with him, I called my manager Alani, I called my business partner Kez, and I think that's the only two people I told, because I was like, I'm not about to jinx this and be like, hey guys, guess what, everybody? And then he decides not to put it on the album or whatever. I officially knew what was happening when they like sent over the paperwork for like producer credit and all that stuff. Wow. And I was like, oh yeah, wow, it's getting real. And then I remember I was in the locker room and I had to print out something. I don't have a printer. It's 2020.
I know. Hey, come on.
I don't know who's out here destroying their environment.
The only NBA player with a printer in his locker.
So
is that HP Smart?
So I had to go like to the upper what is it called? The people who work upstairs. I had to like, yo, can y'all print this for me? I had to like email it to them, and it was like the you had to write your name, and you have to, I forgot the name of it, what it exactly is, but it's like so you can get your producer credit and all that, and your percentages and everything. And I got the paper say Def Jam on it, and I'm like, man, this shit official. Like, shit, about to be real.
Come on, you wasn't that cool, man. You
I was excited, and then like Coos was next to me. I was like, bro, look at this, bro. I got a placement. Justin Bieber. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, that's crazy, right? He's like, yeah, it's dope. That's the only person on my team that I actually told. But then the album came out and the song was out, and then I keep hearing people be messaging me like, "Damn, this is my favorite song on the whole album."
Right.
I'm like, that's dope.
There's people that are saying it might be the next single. You know,
I hope so.
Because then we get even more.
Exactly.
All right, so the old man's got to tell you the story when I first heard the song, right?
Okay.
The song Available.
Yes.
When I heard the song, I was thoroughly impressed. I was like, wow. Like, I've always known you've had this interest, and that's incredible. But when I first heard the song, the agent in me said the following. Did he make a song for free agency?
I'm available.
I'm available. I mean, I had a moment. I was like, mind
now that's a real theme. That's a real theme.
Is this our song for free agency? You know,
that's mind blowing for real.
No, that was. And when I heard the song, I'm just so happy for you.
Appreciate it.
That's an incredible story. That's an incredible achievement. And now we have to ask, what's next?
More music, man. More placements. I was like, I hit all my homies, all my producer homies, all my rapper friends, singer friends, songwriters. I'm like, yo, I just got this Bieber placement. Mm-hmm. Let's keep this momentum going. Like, let's put some shit out. Like, let's do it. Because that's how it goes. Like, and I've always watched, like, artists like 2 Chainz and Roddy Ricch and artists like that. Like, if you think about Roddy Ricch, he put out his first song. And it was fire, but he wasn't like, okay, I got a hit single, I'm going to chill. He kept putting out more fire and more fire and more fire. So I'm like, I got to do the same. I just got to keep putting music out.
Yeah, 2 Chainz was Titty Boy once upon a time.
He sure was. He sure was.
Look at you.
Just kept climbing. That's all I got to do. Got to keep climbing.
Kept putting music out.
Yeah, we got to keep it 100 here and talk about, like, there used to be a perception that if a basketball player was doing something else, it's distracting them from the game of basketball. And it seems like, at least hopefully in the ether, it's changing a little bit.
Welcome to 2020 where they're like, if you're a basketball player,
both.
Bro, okay, all right. Here's a story. You ready?
Yeah, perfect.
So all these guys, all these NBA players using YouTube and shit. Oh, I'm a YouTuber and I was doing this my rookie year in the league.
Facts.
2008.
Facts.
2008
Yes.
for the Wizards.
12 years ago.
I'm posting my own videos, buying my own equipment, editing my own videos, posting it on YouTube. And the guys are like, or in the upper office is like, focus on basketball. Like, what are you doing? Like, you worried about the wrong things. And I get it. Yeah, for sure. For sure. You need to worry about basketball. I totally understand that. But now I get what had happened. I got to the Warriors, and they're like, you need to post more on your social media and more content. I'm like,
you're in tech land.
And the agent was like,
am I 10 years too early? Oh, my goodness.
JaVale, have you heard of TikTok?
I'm like, what are you? This is crazy. But it's just, I mean, it's just the way the world is moving, and they want everybody to be able to do everything. They don't want everybody to be stagnant and just stick to one thing because they know, like, the average basketball player's career is only 3 to 4 years, or NBA player is 3 to 4 years. So they, like, get all the streams of revenue you can while you can.
Yeah, when you have that visibility, it matters.
JaVale, in addition to the music, share with us about movies, your behind the scenes, and all of the things that because you have so many interests, right?
Yeah.
And how did this start? Where did this all come from?
Anxiety. That's where it came from. Just
like most creatives.
For real. Just not wanting to not do anything. Like, I just always wanted to put my hand in something and make money from everything I can. I've co-produced a movie. I invest. What else? Sometimes I forget what I did.
I know you got real estate.
Yeah. It's just a lot. But this is just from learning from your OGs, from older players. They always tell you, like, man, you gotta invest in real estate. You gotta diversify, exactly. And that's all I've been really doing is just trying to make the right investments, stay out the way, and keep a positive mindset, and just put my energy in the right places.
Absolutely. And I mean, if you see the success like on the court, we talk about the championships, obviously being up there with the Warriors, but that whole team, there's a bunch of guys up there that were like you that were smart enough to, like a Klay Thompson who's over in China, or Stephen Curry who's got the Under Armour stuff, or Kevin Durant who's investing in tech.
And being a part of that also, like, especially, like, I would say Andre Iguodala, he really opened my eyes to, like, investments and even relationships. I wasn't really, before I got to the Warriors, I wasn't really, like, a talkative person. Like, I can talk, I have great conversations, but if I don't know you, I'm not really, like, trying to talk to you at all. And he really, like, used to tell me, like, you got to get out of that. Like, you got to talk to people. Like, you never know who's who. Like, especially in the Bay. In the Bay, you'll see a guy in some dirty Skechers and some jean shorts.
And you're like, there's Zuckerberg.
Exactly. He'll be worth $30 billion. And you'll be like, I could have said hi at least. Like, what was I doing? So after going to the Warriors, like, I say hi to everybody. I don't care who it is. I try not to be rude to nobody because I'm like, you never know who you're meeting or who's saying hi or what impression you have on people, especially as a celebrity. Like, and I never ever looked at myself as a celebrity, even though I am one. But I never looked at myself like that. So sometimes I take for granted, like, what my impact on people, like what I say to people really is. And I never want to leave somebody with, like, a bad impression or, like, I don't like him or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Even though, like, everybody can't like you. But just intentionally saying something or doing something where I throw off someone's energy, I don't like doing that.
Yeah, you're like, my bad. I didn't mean to do that. But it makes sense that you're thriving in L.A. because if you have that charisma or that personality, this is the place for it.
This is the place.
Here in New York, you know what I mean? It's one of the two.
For sure.
So we appreciate you, JaVale, coming on with us. We appreciate learning about the background of everything. But we also have to mention a little bit of basketball stuff before we let you go. Quickly, big men now, everyone wants to be a small forward. When you went to Nevada, you have to remind people that you were supposed to play small forward.
Shooting at that.
What? I just want to point that out.
Oh
JaVale McGee,
goodness.
you were the first person I saw that I was like, I think he should be the small forward.
It's
and
a
that's
crazy.
facts.
He was
It's a
way
crazy-
ahead of his
way
time.
ahead of
He
his
was way
time.
ahead
Now
of
Way
his time.
in multiple aspects. I was ahead of my time in
Maybe
the YouTube
Pierre
era.
Pioneer should be the full name. That's the
what I'm
last
saying,
name.
man. I was ahead of my time in the YouTube era, and I was ahead of my time of a big who wanted to shoot. Like
Yes.
when I was in college, I shot threes, jumpers, like all that. Like I off the dribble, everything. But when I got to the NBA, they told me it was like, yo, run the floor, block shots, and rebound. You can be like Ben Wallace and make a lot of money. So being the naive kid I am, I'm like, cool. I'm gonna just do what the coach say. I'm gonna just, you know what I'm saying? So. And that was a backfire. And I was like, oh, but now kids come in here, they're like, you don't shoot the three? You're 7'2", you don't shoot the three, what are you doing? Everybody's shooting the three. And it's like, once you get a stamp that you can't shoot or you can't do this or that, then it's just that for sure. But I was definitely, I feel like ahead of my time because I shot 38% from the three.
I
my
was going to say,
sophomore
for people
year.
that didn't watch you in Nevada,
Right.
go back and watch the tape.
Another thing.
Now that we're
Yeah,
here,
check the tape.
So if you look at I feel like I got myself drafted where I got myself drafted by myself just because, not by
18th
myself,
overall?
18th. I feel like my draft pick went higher because when I was in college, there was no film of me at all, like anywhere. And this is when the YouTube was just starting.
Yeah.
So I went to my coaches and I was like, yo, can you give me all my highlights and all my games and everything? And this was CD times. So I had like a HP computer. I took all the CDs, every CD, I edited them. I took out all my highlights. I put music behind it.
Yeah. Some tracks on it.
Oh, so the producer was already there.
And I made my own Ballers Life tape basically, and put it on YouTube. And if you
Can
look
we
at
see
it,
that? Can we
it's
go see
still
that?
there, but you can't. Like it's so old and so grainy, you can't even watch it like on your phone. You have to watch it on a computer. Like that's how old.
You got to
it
change the
is.
resolution at the bottom.
I got to change from SD to HD, but it won't even go HD. Like it was so. I promise you, I edited it, put the music behind it, and I put it out. And then my draft stock went up after I put my own highlight tape up.
So you were like the original Giannis. This is like kind of what happened with Giannis. They like got a tape together. He was like playing against 8th grade kids. It looked like they just like put it out. They're like, we got to draft this kid.
Facts.
So again, another pioneer moment for JaVale
Young
McGee.
Pioneer. That's the one name. Really.
Is that it? Pierre the Pioneer?
There we
Pierre
go.
the Pioneer.
That's
I'm
the
changing
full
my
name. That's the full
Can
name.
we see the tattoo, the original tattoo?
The original?
Yes,
the
the
original
mustache, yes.
Mustache tattoo?
That-
Yes, indeed. This is before I had a mustache too, so it made more sense at the time.
Well, now it's a double entendre. It's a hat on a hat.
Now people would be like, "Why would you get a mustache tattoo when you have a mustache?" I'm like, "This is a tattoo that's been here for a while."
When I
didn't
first saw
always
that
have
tattoo,
facial
I thought
hair.
that was the funniest thing.
It is.
Funniest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, man, it's good. Well, we appreciate you, JaVale, and we hope to
Sure.
have you back on the show, man. Congrats on everything.
Thank you, appreciate it. Congrats on the show.
Push it through.